Hi, I'm Olivier in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and welcome back to my channel Orchid House. Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to tell you how I care for my Zelenkoa onusta. Until 2001 this plant was known as Oncidium onustum. It's been described a long time ago, I think like 1831 or 1832. And I guess with all the genetic analysis they've made, they decided it deserved its own genus. There's only one species in it, but it's definitely from the Oncidium alliance. Now this plant grows on cactuses in Peru and Ecuador, and the weather in South Florida here is really perfect for it. Let me give you some light. Why? Well, first of all, it's a hot grower. Should really be above 60 degrees or 65 degrees Fahrenheit, so like 18 degrees Celsius approximately. That's ideal. It needs high light, which we can provide here. It also wants constant humidity in the air, which we also provide. The only negative you never want is to be drenched, and obviously we have torrential rain. So this one, I make sure if we have days of rains, of heavy rains, then I put it aside and I shelter it. It's also underneath, semi-protected by an overhang, and so even when it rains it doesn't get hit immediately. So I would say my first tip would be to mount this. I mean, potting it is a very risky proposition because these things rot very quickly. So it's ideal to mount them. This is not a very old plant, it's only 4 years old, and as you can tell it's a slow grower. The most important thing is really the watering. So during the growing season I mist it every day, and it's easy to monitor because besides how plump the bulbs are, you can also feel the leaves, and so if the leaves are really hard, then it doesn't need any watering at all. When they start becoming soft, and this is in between right now, then it definitely needs water. This is blooming season now, around October, November. Once the blooming is over, it's going to shut down for 4, 5, 6 months, and basically you can mostly forget about it. The only thing I do, again, I monitor the leaves, and if they get really floppy, then I'm going to give it a little bit of water, but not much. In terms of light, it's also easy to monitor. The color of the leaves change very quickly. This is fairly green right now, so we had some bad weather for the past week and a half, so it's been protected, and it immediately turns greener. When it's in full sun it's going to get fairly red, and you always want to find the right balance, obviously. What I've also noticed, for whatever reason, in the summer months, even with higher light, it turns less red than in the winter months, because in the winter I put it underneath the screened-in room, and so it's filtered light. And yet the leaves are very red because I give it a lot of high filtered light, and so that's something you keep an eye on. But basically, as long as you give good light, the plant is going to be happy. In terms of blooms, well, this year the flowers didn't all open at the same time. In previous years I had less flowers, but they all came out at once, so it looked a little better. What I want to show you is this here. So you see that's dried out. There was an inflorescence, same thing here, and every year it's been doing that, and I have no idea why, but the inflorescence blasts, and while it blasts it's already resprouting and branching out at the lower level. So you see here there's 2 different branches, and I don't know why it does it, but I believe it gives me more flowers, so I'm not complaining. It's been doing that every year reliably. So it's a reliable bloomer. This time of the year I always get my flowers, and I'm really hoping eventually it's going to get much bigger, but because while it's a slow grower and a small plant, old ones put on quite a show. I mean, you can have lots and lots and lots of flowers and branches every year. So far I only get 2 new bulbs. I'm hoping for more in the future. But I would say this baby is happy, and really the critical part is the watering and then the good light. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a good day. Bye-bye.